Welcome to the show. I'm Billy Galligan, author. So picture this. It's June 1978. I'm sitting in a small, quiet pub in Shannonbridge, Ireland, right next to my dad. The weather outside is doing whatever Irish summer weather does. Mostly gray, damp, and thoroughly uninspiring, but inside our eyes are locked on a tiny, flickering television screen perched up on a wooden bracket. And through the static of that old dial TV, we are looking at a completely different universe. It's Buenos Aires. The stadium isn't just full, it's bouncing. It is practically vibrating. Before a ball is even kicked, there is a literal blizzard of white confetti and ticker tape raining down from the stands, completely covering the grass. To a kid from County Offaly, where a crowded day meant 3 tractors on the main road, this didn't just feel like a football tournament, it felt like watching a transmission from Mars. And then, you see the players. The tight jerseys, the classic black and white Telstar ball, and one man flying down the wing with a rock star haircut that you just didn't see on the streets of Shannonbridge, Mario Kempes. He had this incredible, long, flowing dark hair, no socks rolled down to his ankles, just gliding over the pitch. That was my introduction to the wider world. It showed me that there was this massive, colorful, dramatic existence happening outside our quiet corner of Ireland, all captured on a screen no bigger than a microwave. Now, Ireland didn't qualify for Argentina in '78, but just across the Irish Sea, our neighbors in Scotland didn't just think they were going to play in the World Cup. They thought they were going to win the bloody thing. Their manager was a fella named Ali MacLeod. Talk about a master of hype. Before they even boarded the plane, he confidently told the public that Scotland was bringing home a medal. The fans believed him, packed out Hampton Park just to wave the squad off, and Rod Stewart even recorded a theme song with them. The arrogance was magnificent, really. But then, they landed in Argentina. Match 1, Peru. Teófilo Cubillas scores an absolute beauty of a free kick, and Scotland gets thumped 3-1. Match 2, Iran. A team they should have brushed aside, but they limp to a miserable 1-1 draw. Suddenly the dream isn't just dying, it's a national embarrassment. To qualify for the next round, Scotland faces an impossible task. They have to beat the mighty Netherlands, the pioneers of total football, by 3 clear goals. Nobody gave them a prayer. But football is a funny game. It's June 11th in Mendoza. Scotland plays like men possessed. They go 1-0 down, but they fight back. Kenny Dalglish scores. Archie Gemmill tucks away a penalty. It's 2-1. And then, the 68th minute. If you love the beautiful game, you know this moment. Archie Gemmill picks up a loose ball on the right edge of the penalty box. He drops his shoulder. He dances past one Dutch defender. He leaves a second on his backside. He drives into the box, skips past a third, and clips it beautifully over the Russian goalkeeper. It is one of the most stunning artistic solo goals in World Cup history. For a split second, the impossible is on. Scotland is winning 3-1. They just need one more goal, and they are through. In pubs across Ireland, people are shouting at their televisions. But the football gods are cruel. Just 3 minutes later, a Dutch player named Johnny Rep picks up the ball from distance and unleashes a rocket into the top corner. 3-2. The final whistle blows. Scotland wins the match, but they crash out of the tournament on goal difference, the ultimate heroic failure. But 1978 wasn't just about tragic romance. It had some of the strangest administrative blunders you'll ever hear of. Take France versus Hungary, group stage in Mar del Plata. Both teams show up to the stadium ready to play, but there's one problem. Both teams are wearing white jerseys. A massive communication mix-up meant neither team brought their dark kits, and the referee refused to start the match. So what did the French do? They sent an official sprinting out of the stadium to a local amateur club down the road called Club Atlético Kimberley. They literally borrowed the local recreational team's green and white striped jerseys. The French international squad, featuring a young Michel Platini, had to play a World Cup match wearing random, unnumbered, mismatched shirts from a local Argentine Sunday League side, and sure, why not? It worked. France won 3-1. You also had the Argentine manager, Cesar Luis Menotti, chain-smoking on the bench, looking incredibly cool, but he had a superstition. His star striker, Mario Kempes, hadn't scored a single goal in the entire first round. Menotti walks up to him before the second round and says, "Mario, you need to change your luck. Go shave off that mustache." Kempes shaved it, kept the long hair, and went on to score 6 goals in the knockout stages. But look, we can't talk about Argentina '78 without talking about the dark shadow hanging over the whole thing. The country was ruled by a brutal military junta led by General Jorge Videla. While we were watching ticker tape in our cozy pubs, people were being disappeared just a couple of miles from the Estadio Monumental at the Esme Navy Mechanics School, which was being used as a secret torture center. You could literally hear the crowd roaring from the cells. It's a chilling thing to realize how sports can be used to paint over the darkest human suffering. And then there was the highly controversial second round match against Peru. Argentina needed to win by at least 4 clear goals to reach the final ahead of their bitter rivals, Brazil. They ended up winning 6-0. Even back then, sitting in the pub, people were raising eyebrows. Rumors swirled about political deals, grain shipments, and pressure on the Peruvian goalkeeper, who ironically had been born in Argentina. We didn't know the full truth then, and maybe we never will, but it left a complex, murky taste in the mouth of an otherwise beautiful tournament. But when the final itself came on June 25th against the Netherlands, the drama on the pitch was pure theater. The match was tied 1-1, and we reached the 90th minute. The Dutch play a long ball forward. The Argentine defense hesitates, and Rob Rensenbrink, the Dutch winger, gets his foot to the ball at a tight angle. It beats the keeper, it rolls across the turf, and clang, it hits the bottom of the post and bounces away. Centimeters. If that ball goes 2 inches to the left, the Netherlands are world champions, and the military junta's grand party is ruined, but it hits the post. The game goes to extra time, and that's when Mario Kempes, now completely clean-shaven just like his manager wanted, takes over. He scores in the 105th minute, fighting through a crowd of defenders, and Daniel Bertoni adds a third. Argentina wins 3-1. The stadium erupts into another blizzard of ticker tape, and General Videla hands the trophy to Daniel Passarella. When I look back at Argentina's 78, I don't think about the political controversies first, though they are impossible to ignore now. I think about the sheer, unadulterated color of it, the ticker tape, the long hair, the feeling that the world was suddenly much bigger and more exciting than the quiet streets of Shannonbridge, and most of all, I remember sitting there next to my dad watching a black and white ball change the world. It makes you wonder how much of what we remember of these tournaments is about the football itself, and how much is just about who we were and who we were sitting next to when the world stood still for 90 minutes.